Welcome to Real Bass Lessons. Today I want to teach you a little lesson on what I would call a non-jazz 2-5. I don't mean like a 2-5-1 in a jazz tune. I mean like say A minor to D7. Sort of a little vamp. And I'll do it kind of like in a little easy sort of R&B funk kind of groove, okay? Let me play it just a little bit and then we'll discuss it and I'll get into telling you some of the pitches and how I sort of think about them and use them. Check it out. Yeah, you got the idea, you got the sound. Now, we're talking about A minor, and here we're using a D7. Sometimes we just jam on an A minor, and we don't even play that D7, but we sort of imply it in our playing. And I'm going to talk about this sort of from a bass line point of view, and then also from a soloistic point of view, okay? One of the things we want to learn to do is we want to learn where the guide tones are. So here's A minor, and here's D. Well, here's A minor, and the guide tones are the thirds and sevens. So here's a C. Ooh, that's the third of A minor. Now the 7 is here. Oh, excuse me, I did it wrong. Yeah, A minor, there's the third. The 7 is here. That's a little bit rough, close down here, a little low. So how about we go up here and go? Sure, there's our A minor, and there's our third and 7. To D7, we just drop that G to F sharp, and there's our 7th and 3rd of D7. Let's make sure you understand that. A minor, C is the 3rd, G is the 7. D7, C is the 7th, F sharp is the 3rd. Let me play that and watch. See how I did that? A, and then I used that 7th. I went to D, and then I used that 3rd. And I also used the 7th. Right there. Watch, I'll vamp that a little bit, just using those. Sure. See how I emphasize the 3rd and the 7th of each one of those chords moving back and forth? You betcha. Now, the 3rd and 7th, the reason we call them guide tones is because they're so close. They sort of guide their ear. And that's a jazz terminology, okay? Let's pick a couple of more notes. What about this one? Ooh. So how about these? A minor, D7. There's that little B. Watch this. Yeah. Oh, dig that sound? That over the D. It also sounds good over the A. Now, what about we take that guide tone, that F sharp, and let's play it over the A. Oh, see, here's our 7th. And for D, it resolves here, but let's use this over the A minor. Look what I did right there. Or the A minor, I did this. I use both the B and F sharp. And it becomes a little pentatonic shape then, doesn't it? Sure, obviously pentatonic's good every place, but I like to think of more of these little specific interval notes, these little interval shapes, and create little melodic shapes with them. Let me demonstrate again now and see if you can identify those. You got the idea? Now, obviously, I'm just improvising, playing around. You need to work on these pitches. Just practice them so you get the sounds of them. And let me give you an idea of that. Oh, there we go. Here's our A minor. Let's just sit on this chord. Start with the root. Here we go. About drop down to that 7. You get comfortable with that interval sound. How about this one, this F sharp? Obviously the 5th, the chord. Back to the root. Check this one out. There's that 5th going up. Here's the 7th. Now about this one. Sure. How about here? Maybe let's resolve down. Yeah, dig how certain ones create a tension that wants to go someplace. You know, there's really no wrong notes. There's just ones that are more tensionful, more colorful. They've got a lot of rub to them, and they want to resolve. Okay? There's no rules that says you can't play this note or you can't play that one. I know there's a lot of theory, but I like to listen with my ear and work with it and hear which ones I like. And you're only going to know the sound of some of these tension, quote, wrong notes, if you practice them. Let's do that same thing again. I'll play around with just the A and some notes. You watch which ones they are. 1, 2, 3. Maybe not, maybe so. Yeah, see what I did there? I started here, then I went to here, then here, then here, then there. Sure. So now I turn that into a little groove and I work with some of those sounds and I make my little melodic shapes, like little question-answer sequences. Check it out. bend it a little more than normal because my string, I put on brand new strings that got out of tune. Check this out. There we go. Now let's do it again here, and I'm going to play a little A minor to D7 groove, and I'll kind of play little solo ideas with it. Check it out. I'll make the bass line keep going. Think? Sure, I'm just using my ear and I'm using some of these little notes that I've learned. By the way, you can simply say, oh, Jim, well, you're just playing all the notes there in a G major scale. Well, yeah, but again, I don't really think of scales. I think of little combinations of notes. And look what I did here. I just went, guess what? That's an A minor. I just used that as a little pickup. Let's do that one more time. I'll make that little bass line go along and then I'll play my solo over the top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. A little more. Oh, I'm digging it. Is this making any sense to your ear? It doesn't have to make sense theoretically, but are you hearing these sounds? And I want to encourage you, slow your practicing down. I don't mean the tempo of the groove. I mean, as opposed to running a bunch of things, learn some sounds in your ear. Get yourself this little vamp going over A and just work with some of these sounds. Oh, that's a cool sound, huh? Let's do that. I'll work with that. I've already played it a little bit, but let me work with that. 2, 3, 4. Cool. Let me play a little bit now where I'm not playing along with the background. I'll just play by myself and I'll kind of mix and match these things from a bass line to a solo, okay? Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3. man, I dig this. I enjoy working with sounds simple enough and at a sort of a broken down, simple enough pace that I can learn them. Okay? I think this will help get some of these sounds in your ear. And you realize that's the goal. When you're playing, you don't want to have to be thinking about a bunch of stuff. You want to play some stuff you own. By the way, that's one of the things that keeps people from learning new things, is it sounds bad. They screw it up, and they're not going to sure, and they got to think, and it kind of hurts. They'd rather just settle back to things which are what I call their default language. Well, maybe with breaking these down as simple as I showed you, you can learn some new pitches, some new little phrases, and practice them enough that they become your default language. That's the real goal, okay? Fired up, get after it.